Once again, consciousness, we are will come to this presence. So, beings of light and form, it is once again that we wish to work and, yes, be in the presence of your frequency, consciousness. It has already been spoken of how in these, your measurement of time, you are in the flux and fluidity of the integration of further frequency adaptations that have been coming to the surface in your cellular makeup, and also the consciousness as it has been adapting through this modified frequency labeled as embodiment. You have been still playing out all this that has been in the cellular modification and consciousness adaptation in this window of time. Beings who recognize what is taking place. As you are moving forward, there are aspects of your history and aspects of your future that are still out of alignment. This is not something that, as you would label, you can control or contain. It must be allowed to converge. Converge it shall, and converge it is. So, beings, as this convergence continues, there will still be modifications, there will still be frequencies that are cellularly upgrading and shifting in your embodiment, as well as your consciousness of how it adapts to these shifts and changes. So, beings, in these next months, as there are still some celestial aspects that are coinciding and creating further, augmentation to the frequencies that come to the surface, you will find that there will be more exploitation of physicality, of what you would label as the consciousness in its governing. There will also be emotional outbursts that continue in the individuation and the mass connectivity of your species. Beings of light and form, as this proliferation continues, it would behoove each and every one to allow alignment in their daily regimen. This alignment has nothing to do with movement in the sense of exercise. It has much detail in the transmission of the frequency. So simply, the simplest action that could adapt and assist even greater would be to simply sit with your form. Sit with the embodiment. Recognize your consciousness that proliferates all area surrounding and participating cellular with this form is still at its connectivity with form. So to bring greater alignment, you must be in tune with your physical form. What that looks like then, consciousness, is simply checking in. It may take you moments, it may take you minutes. It does not matter how much time. What it matters is that you create the space for this integration. This integration is not something that you will or not something that you allow. It is something that is going to happen. And it is in its expansion continuing to evolve and evoke and create. What is important is that you recognize in your consciousness this that you label as emotion, energy in motion, and also what you label as physics. and then your consciousness, the multidimensional connectivity that you have. Allow yourself to be in these three stasises. In other words, may you find a quick place, a simple place, a space to seat your body. Seating upright in the sense of spine, everything aligned in a sitting position, as you label the surface of your feet upon the plates of the earth, your arms or hands hanging by your side or resting on top of your top thigh of your form, your spine erect, your hips and pelvic area placed against the back of a seat, so everything seemingly is erect. Now, next step, simply with the attention of your focus as you are seated beings, we would suggest focusing on the transmitting points of the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands. Palms up, soles of your feet, obviously against the plates of your planet. Simply now, with your mind's attention, focus on the palms of your hands. Focus on energy like a flame coming from the center of your palm. Obviously, it's not burning. That is our attempt at cosmic humor. Yet, once again, beings, I wheel along. Focus on the flame. Multicolored if you prefer. Maybe with orange tints and yellow. And yet focus now on the flames emitted from your palms. They do not have to be high. They do not have to be an outrageous fire. Just simply flickering flame. Now, keep focusing, as you would say, on the natural color of fire when it isn't oxygenant. Then simply focus on that very pale dark blue. Pale dark blue in the center of the flame, and let it arise. Let it truly start to pick up some energy, so that the flames coming out of the palms of your hands are simply blue. And then, simultaneously, allowing those to be as they are, focus on the soles of your feet. Now, focus again on the flame. This time the flame does not go raising to the sky. It is magnetically drawn to the center of your planet. Focus on the flame flickering consciousness. Yes, once again use your idyllic version of a fire flame. Orange and yellow flickering, light blue, dark blue in the center. And yet, as you focus more and more, it becomes dark blue. And the flame flickers and becomes maybe elongated as it magnetizes once even deeper to the center of your planet. Now, as you focus on that blue flames coming from each sole of your feet, going into your planet core, beams of blue, take your focus on that, and once again, focus on the palms of your hands. Remember those flames? Let that blue flicker now stronger until it too rises above you to what you would call the sky above. Let these blue flames indeed become the beams of light, emanating from palms to above, emanating from soles of feet to below. Now, notice your embodiment, notice the form. Just allow it to rest. Feel your form. For those of you who have been tired, exhausted, overwhelmed seemingly in consciousness, yet we're focusing on embodiment. Tired, maybe feeling some incidents of discomfort. Maybe you are in a healing crisis, as you humans label it. Just put your attention. But now, as you are seated, erect, and comfortable, focus on the blue flame rising from your palms to the sky and from your soles of feet to the core of the planet. Now bring these beams up and into your solar plexus and umbilical center. These are not the same centers, consciousness. And let the blue flame now become part of the core, the source of your embodiments. Yes. Engines. Let yourself see this blue, cobalt blue flame. The beam of lights become one large flame within solar plexus and umbilical. Keep your focus being, and now consciousness. Allow that, if it has not already changed shape, maybe it's even changed color, let it become spherical, connecting the energies of umbilical and the energies of your solar plexus. Now, let that rest. Let it just be in your form for another few moments. This is part and parcel of the activity that will allow the frequencies and the adaptations therein as those that modified your form. We are speaking of course, the distant traveler, Sirius Arcturus, and the many and the others that are participants with the gates of Orion, in the modification of your embodiment, so that your consciousness could, how you would say, have freedom in all aspects. Now, let's engage in one of the bondages of said freedom, this that you call your emotion. Emotion usually stems from your ability to think. It has nothing to do with your body. Your body does feel your emotions, yet they usually generate from your mind consciousness. Once again, we are on. Keep your focus. Remember, spherical blue, umbilical, solar plexus. Now, your emotional, let's call it for lack of word, mind. Your lack of focus is what is detrimental in this window of time. You become so focused on these emotions, participating in all types of activities that would let go the energy that circumscribes and navigates all around you. And all you must do in these moments, no matter what the emotion, call them all in. Your joy, your sadness, your bliss, your pain, emotional pain, love, all the diametrically oppositions of all these that you call your emotions, positive and negative. Bring them. Why be reactive in this moment? Just bring all these emotions to you. Own them, consciousness, or they will own you. So, now, in the hybrid aspect of your ability to focus, just keep watch upon these energies in motion, your emotion, and consider every breath you take through the machine, installing a pale green and allowing it to become a darker green. Keep focusing on all the, yes, positive and negative, the dual action of your emotions. And just bring them all and let them percolate and imbibe in the pale green color of your focus. Remembering, in somewhat of a distance, the cobalt blue of your umbilical and solar plexus. Yes, consciousness. You are perfect in this moment. Allowing yourself to let all the emotions of your mind be wrapped up in the green color. That's correct. It might be getting darker, it might be getting paler, it does not matter. Let that too be a sphere. Now, beings, you're focused on body and mind. Now the final step. Consciousness. Focus on consciousness. Focus on the, yes, multidimensional aspects of yourself. And what this can be visualized like is a clear emanating bubble that circumscribes your sphere of your body, the sphere of your mind. Yes, yes. Clear, yet it is transparent. Keep your focus, keep your awareness, beings. And notice how this can be drawn closer to your form, warming you, or wider from your form, cooling you. And yet it still circumnavigates your body and your mind. It is a very large sphere. And in these moments, allow it to draw out of the form now, that blue sphere, and allow it to draw out that green sphere, until these spheres literally become difficult to focus upon as they are, becoming transparent, absorbed by the multidimensional consciousness that you are. Singular, yet multiple. Expanded, yet contracted. You can still feel your form. You can still think in your mind. Yet let the transparency evolve. And in these moments, consciousness, yes, allow yourself to feel the expansion. And for a few moments, acknowledge the gates of Orion. Acknowledge Arcturus, Sirius, Vega, and of course, the many others that participated in coagulating and manifesting for consciousness a way to participate in physicality. And now, beings, will simply ask you to notice your breath, and with every breath, as the spheres, the umbilical and the solar plexus absorbed and the emotional mind absorbed. Bring that transparency bubble until you can feel it all around the surface of your form. Until you bring that transparency through the cells into the center of your being. Mind clear, consciousness wide open, feeling grounded and centered, ready for evolution. Yes, consciousness. This is what is taking place, going beyond your biological shift and change so that your embodiment can continue to inhabit this planet. Recognize that you are consciousness, drawing all the satellite aspects of all that you are into your form. The many and the one beings, and there is no closing. It is just simply when you're ready. Just allow yourself to open your eyes, go about your day, about your reality. Yes, it may seem like it is longer than a few minutes. Yes, it may seem that it is longer than you might even suspect. What we would offer you is, it is time for you to integrate each other. This will assist you as the animus begins to squeeze out more and more of its hereditary and its history, and you once again can remember what you are, a traveler through the stars. We are wrong unto this remain true. Journey